Good morning. Welcome to the graduation ceremony for Basic Peace Officer Course number 28, also proudly known as BPOC 28. At this time, please rise as the cadets of BPOC 28 make their entrance. Remain standing for the presentation of colors by the Travis County Honor Guard, followed by the singing of the national anthem and the invocation by Chaplain Dale Brown. Thank you, and you may be seated. Not yet, sorry. There it is, guys.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Let's pray together. Our God, who is in heaven and here with us now, we come before you today celebrating the hard work, the intense concentration, the uncomfortable situations, the sweat and sometimes blood spilled by these women and men who have trained hard to commit to our community with sacrificial Life on the Line service. We celebrate most of all the outward-facing heart and soul of each of these graduates that they have inside of them that drew them to serve our community through being the thin blue line between order and chaos. You came to serve, not to be served. These men and women also would rather serve than be served. As these women and men engage the needs of the world around us, guide their hands and hearts as they serve as ambassadors of your compassion and peace and enforcers of the laws agreed upon by our society. Give these new deputies sharp minds and strong bodies, steady hands and hearts at peace in the midst of chaos. Guard our guardians, protect our protectors, shield those who act as shields for the rest of us. Help every family member find the patience and strength and love to support their new deputies. Protect love, protect marriage, God, and protect children. At the end of the shift, when their duty is completed with joy, fulfillment, and relief, or fatigue, woundedness, and grief, we ask that they know their lives are fully yours. The journey will soon begin again, but for the moment, may they enjoy the fruit of their labor, the fellowship of their loved ones, the focus of your love, and the faith and strength and courage to never give up. Amen.
Thank you. And now you may be seated. On behalf of the Travis County Sheriff's Office, we extend our sincere gratitude to Lake Hills Church for graciously providing this beautiful space for today's ceremony. It is my honor to welcome you all. My name is Sarah Rhodes, and I have the distinct honor of serving as the training director at the Travis County Sheriff's Office. Today, we recognize and celebrate the hard work, discipline, and determination of these cadets. Over the past 8 months, they've completed an intensive state-mandated licensing program that included more than 40 courses alongside in-depth training on department policies and procedures. This journey was not easy. It tested their endurance, their character, their commitment to service, and yet they rose to the challenge. On behalf of the entire Training Academy chain of command, we could not be more proud of the individuals before you. They have earned the right to wear the badge, not just through their knowledge, but through their courage, integrity, and perseverance. As we celebrate this milestone for BPOC 28, we also want to acknowledge the leadership that has made this journey possible, not only within the Training Academy, but across the entire Sheriff's Office. The command staff of the Travis County Sheriff's Office serve as the foundation of our agency. Their dedication, vision, and unwavering commitment to public safety set the tone for our mission and values. It is through their leadership that we are able to continue building a training environment that upholds integrity, accountability, and service to our community. At this time, I'm honored to introduce the command staff of the Travis County Sheriff's Office that join us on stage today. We have Sheriff Sally Hernandez, Chief Anthony Johnson, Major Billy Poole, Chief Operating Officer Amy Ybarra, Major Raul Benasco. We have Captain Eduardo Jackson, Captain Julio Hernandez, Captain Virgil Villarreal, and we also have Sergeant James Nicholson. It is important to also recognize those who have played a pivotal role in guiding, mentoring, and shaping these cadets throughout their journey. Behind every successful graduating class stands a team of instructor trainers, individuals who lead by example, uphold the highest standards, and dedicate themselves to preparing the next generation of peace officers. At this time, I'd like to recognize the Training Academy staff, as well as any adjunct instructors and volunteers who assisted with the training of BPOC 28. If you fall into one of those categories, if you are a training staff member, an adjunct instructor, or volunteered at any point throughout this class, would you please stand so we can recognize you? These are the men and women who have provided vision, support, and steadfast leadership, not just during the last 8 months, but throughout their careers in service to this community. While leadership sets the vision, it is the instructors who bring that vision to life day in and day out. The success of BPOC 28 would not have been possible without the dedication, patience, and tireless commitment of their primary instructors. These individuals not only taught the material, but they mentored, challenged, and inspired each cadet to grow into the peace officer that they are today. Their influence will be felt far beyond the academy walls in every call answered, every decision made, and every life impacted by these new officers. At this time, it is my privilege to introduce the two primary instructors for BPOC 28, instructors Erica Peters and Alex Sanchez.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome. My name is Deputy Erica Peters. My partner, Deputy Alex Sanchez, and I have the honor of instructing, leading, guiding, and mentoring the BPOC cadets sitting here today. In the next hour, they will no longer be cadets, but will officially become sworn Travis County Sheriff's deputies, a goal and a dream to them that seemed so far away when they started the academy 8 months ago. Families, friends, and every special person who had a big role in supporting, pushing, motivating, and loving each of them, thank you. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for being there for them. None of them could have done this alone. You didn't know at the time, but you were essentially signing up for BPOC yourselves. I have no doubt you all have experienced some trying and tough times with your loved one, but you didn't quit on them or let them quit. Today, you will get to witness their success. My soon-to-be fellow deputies, your day has finally come. Looking back to the first day of the academy, when you sat at your assigned seat and looked at the calendar before you, graduation day seemed so far out of reach. While this academy was challenging, it tested your emotions and your nerves, and at times had you question yourself and your capabilities. Each of you should sit here with your heads held high and full of pride. This was not an easy accomplishment. Look around you at your classmates sitting next to you. Not everyone who started with you made it to the end. Through grit, determination, heart, perseverance, and for some, tears, you pushed through and didn't give up or quit when it could have been the easiest road to pick. We are very proud of each of you. This job isn't for everyone. It's a calling. It takes a special person to do the job that we are called to do. You all have heard me say this many times over the past 8 months, and I will tell you once more. This uniform we wear doesn't define who you are or make you above the law. It's a tool given to us to help us do our jobs. Who you are is what's inside of you. Be fair and kind. Be tough and strong when you need to be. Remember to always be ethical, even when your patience is being tested. Stay true to yourself. Rely on each other. And most importantly, have fun doing your job.
Hello, everybody. So during the course of BPOC, Erica and I had a significant responsibility of selecting class leadership. Choosing the right person for the class sergeant position was no easy task, and we were fortunate to have numerous cadets who displayed remarkable leadership potential. It was a decision that required careful consideration and deliberation. Class Sergeant Orlando Avalos, or Melvin, as we like to call him, consistently demonstrated dedication, commitment, and unwavering work ethic throughout BPOC. Avalos' commitment to teamwork and a genuine care for his fellow cadets set him apart from the rest. Avalos, come on up.
No pressure. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, command staff, instructors, families, friends, and most importantly, my fellow Academy survivors. Today isn't just a graduation. It's a miracle. We have made it through the fire mentally, physically, emotionally, and somehow emerged on the other side with our backs, knees, and dignity mostly intact. And let's not forget the burpees. So many burpees. Let's take a moment to appreciate the one and only Instructor Peters, the queen of burpee-based justice. She handed them out like Oprah. You blinked too loud, burpees. You looked confused, burpees. If you woke up feeling confident, burpees. But behind the signature death stare and creative torture methods was someone who believed in us. She pushed us because she saw potential. She helped some conquer their fear of heights at the wall. And those jumping jacks and sprints that nearly ended us, we survived them. Instructor Peters, we forgive you. Kind of. Thank you. Then there was Instructor Sanchez, the calm and the chaos, the man who somehow taught us to gently restrain each other with kindness. The quiet ones are always the ones you watch out for. But his smoke sessions, creative doesn't even begin to cover it. Remember the ammo box of shame? We had to carry that thing around for a week straight like it was our emotional support trauma because someone dared to be an individual. And the best part, when we took our ammo box out for a stroll along the perimeter, we had to scream, "We love you, baby," at the box, rocking it back and forth like a bunch of lunatics. And the tires, the massive tires, we flipped them, we took them for a stroll, and as crazy as it sounds, we learned to love it. But through the pain, the sweat, and the confusion, we learned discipline, teamwork, and accountability, even if it came in the shape of rubber, metal, or humiliation. And let's not forget, we also survived a pandemic together. COVID hit. Suddenly, we went from formation to Microsoft Team Warriors overnight. And somehow, we still crushed CCP with high scores, because that's who we are. We didn't fold, we adapted. Now to my class. It was one of the greatest honors to serve as your class sergeant. And yes, I know some of you hated me from time to time. I made you show up 30 minutes early to the instructor's time. I did morning inspections when you just wanted to sip your coffees in peace. But I didn't do it to be a jerk. I did it out of love, out of a desire to teach you what I learned the hard way in the Corps. And okay, yes, to also avoid getting smoked. But every single one of you taught me something too. You showed me what hard looks like, what grit looks like. You pushed past your limits, you passed the test, you climbed the attic alone, you got up and down the Jacob's ladder and lived to tell the tale. I am proud of every single one of you. We didn't just survive, we thrived. We built something, not just a class, but a family. A slightly dysfunctional, caffeine-addicted, burpee-hardened family, but a family nonetheless. To our instructors, thank you. For the standards you held us to, for the lessons, for reminding us of your names over and over again while we were face down on the concrete. You didn't teach us, you molded us. To the deputies and adjuncts, thank you. For taking the time out of your day to come teach us, for having the patience to deal with the same mistakes over and over, for actually caring enough to give us all that advice after each scenario, no matter how tired you were. To our families, thank you for putting up with the early mornings, the sore backs, the countless study hours, and the mood swings. This badge belongs to you too. As we stand here today, proud graduates of BPOC 28, let's take a moment to remember. The academy is behind us, but this is just the beginning. Starting now, we wear the badge of the Travis County Sheriff's Office, and with that badge comes a greater responsibility. Out there, it won't matter how fast we ran or what our test scores were. What will matter is our heart, our integrity, and how we carry ourselves when no one is watching. Stay safe, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally. This job will test us. We will get tired. We will be mentally drained. And yes, we'll stumble. We'll face moments that feel like failure, but failure isn't the end. It's part of the path. What matters is that we get back up every single time. Stay resilient, stay humble, and never stop being human. Because we're not just enforcing the law, we're serving real people in real pain on their worst days. And they need us to be at our best. This moment right here, this ceremony, is not the finish line. It's a starting line. Let's carry forward everything we've learned, the pain, the laughs, the grit, the pride, because from now on, we represent more than ourselves. We represent the Travis County Sheriff's Office. We represent BPOC 28, and we are just getting started. Thank you. Now, since day one of BPOC, we were tasked with choosing a guest speaker for our graduation. We were instructed to come together as a class to choose someone who has made a big impact in our career, who will continue to influence us throughout our careers and have a great value to each of us. We would like to introduce Lieutenant Nate Madison.
Oh, you're trying to sabotage me.
Apologies, sir. Thank you.
I heard what they wanted you to introduce me as. Thank you. Good morning. I'm honored to be here. I honestly thought you guys were tired of listening to me, but here we are. So, good morning, everybody. Morning, Sheriff Hernandez, Chief Johnson, members of the command staff, deputies, officers, supervisors, the one guy in the back who just came for the refreshments. You know who you are. Parents, spouses, family, and friends, you supported these cadets when they came home sore, stinky, sleep deprived, sometimes smelling like pepper spray, and definitely a little grumpy sometimes. My wife told me to add that last one. You supported these cadets through late nights, early mornings, emotional breakdowns, and what I can only assume were more than a few complaints about defensive tactics training and their instructors, including me. You've been their rock, their sounding board, their snack suppliers. You went through this experience too, and you held down the fort. You deserve a standing ovation, or at the very least, a quiet night where no one says, I need to practice my 10 codes. A shout out to the Academy and adjunct instructors. You took a group of civilians who thought Code 3 was a new flavor of Mountain Dew, and you turned them into full-fledged deputies. That's either magic or a miracle, I'm not sure. Let's not forget the cadets. You survived over 1,200 hours of classroom physical training, firearms qualifications, and more paperwork than getting your taxes done correctly. You learned how to drive like you're in a Fast and Furious movie, using your turn signals, of course. And you mastered the art of writing reports that sound professional but still somehow explain how that disturbance call involved an aggressive chicken. You've been yelled at before sunrise, you've run more miles than you can count. You've had to memorize enough penal code to qualify as a part-time lawyer. Despite all that, you still came out the other side sharp, proud, and only slightly traumatized. Sounds like PT had the most drama. Through the sweat, stress, and those weird team-building exercises that always seem to involve ropes and yelling, you made it. And you've earned those badges, and you've earned the right to be called Deputy Sheriff. This isn't just the end of training, it's the beginning of service. You're now part of something bigger than yourselves, a legacy of courage, compassion, and public trust. That badge you'll wear is not just a piece of shiny metal, it's a promise to protect, to serve, and to do so with integrity, even when it's hard, and especially when it's hard. You won't just be enforcing the law. You'll face calm during chaos. You'll be the voice of reason in crisis. Sometimes you'll be the only thing standing between order and disorder, and occasionally between a drunk guy and his very bad decision to climb a stop sign and declare himself the traffic god. There'll be long nights, there'll be moments of doubt, there'll be days when coffee or energy drinks are your closest friends and your radio won't shut up. There'll also be moments of triumph, when you help someone through the worst day of their life, when a kid sees you and smiles, and when you know you've made a difference, even if nobody else saw it. Beyond the jokes and beyond the stories you'll tell over coffee for years to come, what you've done here matters. You didn't just choose a career, you answered a calling. You chose to protect people you don't know, to serve communities that may not always say thank you, and to run toward what everyone else runs away from. Policing is hard, it's messy, it's unpredictable, and often thankless, but it's also noble. You'll be the first one there when someone's life is falling apart. You'll be the calm in the chaos, the protector of the vulnerable, and sometimes the only light in someone's darkest day. And yes, some days will test your patience, your strength, and your ability to resist the urge to respond to a suspect's bad attitude with, "Sir, I followed the scent of bad decisions and it led me straight to you." But even on the tough days, remember this: integrity doesn't shine brightest in easy moments. It shines when no one's watching, when you choose to do the right thing, especially when it's hard or unpopular. It shines when you treat everyone with dignity and respect, whether they're wearing a suit or handcuffs. There'll be moments that stay with you, some good, some not so good. But on your hardest days and your worst calls, always remember why you started. Not for the glory or the gear or the cool patrol car with all the buttons you probably don't even know how to use yet. You started because you want to make a difference and to serve others. The PDS training program is hard, and it's supposed to be. If it was easy, anyone could do it. But when you feel like quitting, remember why you started. As a young deputy, I was once approached by an elderly man while I was trying to hide and write reports. It had already been a long shift and I still had several hours to go until quitting time. The man asked me for directions, and I made sure to put on my professional smile and gladly gave him the directions to the location he asked for. The man became dejected and said, "I led my platoon through minefields without losing even one man, and now I can't find my way home." I could have started that encounter with minimal effort and gave that man short answers so he'd go away sooner and I could get back to what I was doing. Instead, I greeted him kindly, I gave him the directions, and I let him bend my ear for a few minutes. I finished our conversation with, "You don't seem lost to me," mostly because I gave him fantastic directions. Okay? As he left, he said, "One day you'll be the platoon sergeant and you'll get those boys where they need to go in one piece." And those words stuck with me, and it made me realize that small acts have a big impact. You don't always need sirens and handcuffs to change someone's day. You'll have a lot of things to figure out, like how to turn off your siren once it's on, or how to look intimidating when you're 5'5" and your voice cracks. You'll learn, you'll grow, and yes, you'll make mistakes, but just remember to learn from them. And maybe don't tell everyone about the time you tased yourself during training. Being a good deputy isn't about perfection. It's about heart. It's about showing up again and again and again, even when it's hard, especially when it's hard. So as you step out of the academy and into the real world, wear that badge with pride, not ego, not fear, but pride in the responsibility you've earned. Be bold, be brave, be kind. Hold that line. Protect your community, stand tall, not just with pride, but with purpose. Keep your sense of humor because, trust me, you'll need it. Laugh with your partners, learn from the veterans, stay humble, stay human. Every now and then, remember that behind every angry call, every confusing moment, and every report that you want to start with, "You're not going to believe this," you're making a difference. So congratulations, go protect and serve, and please drive like your grandmother's in the back seat. Stay safe, lean on others when you're struggling, and may your body cams always be on when you do something cool, mostly because policy requires it, okay? Thank you and congratulations. All right. Hey, Sarah, is coming back up? You're behind me. You're like a ninja.
I am like a ninja. Yeah. Lieutenant Madison, thank you. At this time, I would like to welcome the greatest sheriff of the greatest county in Texas, Sheriff Sally Hernandez. Earning those points.
Thank you. She's doing that because she had everybody sit down, right? Good morning, and on behalf of the command staff, I want to also welcome all of you here to BPOC graduation, BPOC 28. Congratulations, what an incredible accomplishment that you've done. Not many people choose to take this path. You've learned so much, you've trained hard, and you came together as a team. You didn't get here on your own. You had great instructors who did a tremendous job. And I want to thank each and every one of the Training Academy for all of their efforts and everything that they've done. I also want to thank the families who have made a big sacrifice. You've heard that from a number of people, but I want to do more than just thank you for what you've done to help them meet their goal. I want everybody to give you a hand of applause. Travis County has made a huge investment They've made a huge investment in you. And I want you to know that the people that are standing behind me, they've also influenced this investment. The approval to have an academy opportunity like this doesn't come easily. There was numerous discussions and even stronger debates. But at the end, we all agreed that all of you were worth the sacrifice. Are you grateful? Are you truly grateful? I hope so. Gratitude is a key component of integrity, and integrity points us to person's character, and that's what I want to focus on today. Heraclitus said, "Your integrity determines your destiny." Former NFL football coach Tony Dungy defines integrity as the choice between what is convenient and what is right. We can teach you many things, but integrity is a character trait, and that you have to cultivate yourself. In your career and in your life, you will consistently stand at crossroads where you choose between what is easy and what is right. The class sergeant, he just pointed out that it won't matter how fast you run or what your test scores were, right? What will matter is your heart, your integrity, and how you carry yourself when no one's watching. Can I just say, with technology, it's pretty darn hard to find a place where no one is watching. Keep that in mind. Will you challenge yourself to aim high or to take the easy road? Will you go the extra mile for the sake of someone else, or will your own self-interest prevail? Will you do the right thing for the right reason, and can TCSO count on you? I hope you choose integrity, because when you are a person of good character, you'll sleep better at night. You'll earn a reputation that fosters promotion to a much higher level. You'll be a leader, like the ones that are on this stage with me, and you'll leave a legacy. And I want to get off script just a little bit today. I want to talk about in 2016, I was sitting at a newly elected school, and a former sheriff came into that school. There was a bunch of newly elected sheriffs, and we were all excited about our future. And we were sitting there, and this former sheriff came in. He was up in age, and he looked at all of us, and he said, "Many of you won't be here in 4 years." And then he proceeded to give a quote that said that your training, your talent will get you to the top, but it's your character that's going to keep you there. So I hope each of you become known at TCSO and in the districts that you serve as a person of excellent character. I hope you are approachable, honest, and reliable. I hope you are the ones people lean on because they know that you're safe to be with, and that because they can count on you to be truthful and to be confident. I hope someday you stand in a position to lead and to model good character to the next generation of deputies. Everything worthwhile is uphill. Your hard work has paid off. You're graduating. What a wonderful moment. And I know that you all feel a great sense of accomplishment today, and you should. I'm so excited about what your future holds ahead of you, not only for you individually, but for the Travis County Sheriff's Office. We are very proud of you, and I just want to thank you and say congratulations again.
All right. Now is the time you've all been waiting on, the presentation of graduation and class certificates. As I call your name, please step forward as Sheriff Hernandez presents you with your certificates. Marcus Arroyo, a certificate for completion of BPOC 28. Orlando Avalos, certificate for completion of BPOC 28, a jailer's license, class sergeant, and overall top shooter during firearms training with a perfect score of 100. Congratulations. Sean Butte, certificates for completion of BPOC 28 and squad leader. We didn't practice the pictures. Congratulations. Alberto Cavazos, certificates for completion of BPOC 28 and jailer's license. Andrea Centeno, certificates for completion of BPOC 28 and jailer's license. Congratulations. Jose de los Santos, certificates for completion of BPOC 28 and jailer's license. Congratulations. Robert Dippy, certificates of completion of BPOC 28 and jailer's license. Paisley Dixon, certificate for completion of BPOC 28. Congratulations, Dixon. Caleb Eden, certificates for completion of BPOC 28 and jailer's license. Joshua Gannicus, certificates for completion of BPOC 28 and jailer's license. Ashton Glasser, certificates for completion of BPOC 28, jailer's license, and class treasurer. Congrats, Glasser. Kylie Gordon, certificates for completion of BPOC 28 and squad leader. Christopher Horton, certificates for completion of BPOC 28 and jailer's license. Thomas Hyatt, certificates for completion of BPOC 28 and jailer's license. Congrats, man. Alexis Johnson, certificate for completion of BPOC 28. Congratulations. Jesse Lachlan, certificates for completion of BPOC 28 and squad leader. Hunter Mallets, certificate for completion of BPOC 28. Congrats. Pablo Quinones, certificates for completion of BPOC 28 and jailer's license. Dusty Shaw, certificates for completion of BPOC 28, jailer's license, squad leader, and top driver. Oh. Congrats, bud. Alexander Siegler, certificates for completion of BPOC 28 and jailer's license. David Solero Rodriguez, certificates for completion of BPOC 28 and jailer's license. Congratulations, bud. Cade Summers, certificates for completion of BPOC 28 and jailer's license. Congrats, bud. Gregory Tullio, certificates for completion of BPOC 28 and jailer's license. Congrats, bud. Ivan Vasquez, certificates for completion of BPOC 28, jailer's license, and squad leader. Saul Vega, certificate for completion of BPOC 28. Tony Wadnarek, certificate for completion of BPOC 28. Congrats, buddy. Michael Yaschuk, certificates for completion of BPOC 28 and jailer's license. Congrats, buddy.
All right, you guys can take a seat. So as for the academics, this class was very, very difficult. It's very, very strenuous with academics. A lot of studying, a lot of hours on that, and it's hard. So our class valedictorian showed academic excellence from the start of BPOC. This young man took his sweet time with every test he took. And sometimes we thought he forgot we had classes to teach after each test. So Saul Vega completed BPOC with a class average of 95.30. Vega, come on up.
All right, Instructor Sanchez and I have one more award to give. This cadet is receiving the award for the most valuable deputy. While BPOC has been challenging for every one of the cadets in its own way, it started off tough for this young man. The week prior to BPOC starting, he packed up his house, his wife, and their 5 dogs and drove the long 20-plus hour drive, driving over 1,300 miles from North Carolina to Austin to become a Texas peace officer and deputy for the Travis County Sheriff's Office. Not only did he uproot his life and family to a new state and a place they didn't know, he was starting a whole new career. For this new chapter in his life to begin, he had to be successful in this academy, pass all the tests, the endorsement test, and his state licensing test. None of that came easily for him. There were some struggles along the way. There was even a time of self-doubt and questioning his place here. Nobody likes to have those conversations, but we watched him let go of his pride, dig down deep inside, and pull out every ounce of determination he had to dominate and conquer this academy. Although he was already a humble person, we watched him humble himself even more than I knew was possible. He pushed himself and challenged himself. He hunkered down and lived and breathed the penal code book and all the material we provided with them with. We watched him give this class everything he had and more. He is a hard worker, a great team player, and a teammate. He has a kind and caring heart and the drive like no other. Everyone who gets to work alongside him is lucky to have him as a partner, a friend, and or to supervise him. Joshua Gannicus, it has been one of my greatest pleasures to teach you, mentor you, and watch you grow. I look forward to seeing all the great things you will do in your career. Gannicus, we present you with the award for the most valuable deputy.
Sheriff Hernandez will now administer the oath of office. BPOC 28, please stand, step forward, and prepare to recite the oath.
I'm ready to do this. You're ready to do this. We just have one slight problem that we're going to fix. Here, hold on. Tell Alex. You can't administer an oath without an oath, so we're hunting it down. But you're okay with that, right? You're still ready, right? Anybody not ready to do this oath? It could be worse, right? We could reschedule this, come back, do the oath, and then do it later, right? We're not gonna worry about the process. I'm thinking she might not think I'm the greatest sheriff in a little bit, right? I think with every graduation, we learn something new. I think we've learned something new.
Now this class will stand out against every other group.
Oh, yeah, yeah. There's been a suggestion that you do a few burpees and then we'll come up with it faster. No? Everybody can smile. There we go. Okay. All right. Are you ready now? I think I am. Okay. I'm going to say my name. You say yours, right? Okay, raise your right hand. I, Sally Hernandez, do solemnly swear that I will faithfully execute the duties of the office of deputy of Travis County of the state of Texas, and will, to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution and the laws of the United States and of this state. And I furthermore solemnly swear that I have not directly or indirectly paid, offered or promised to pay, contributed nor promised to contribute any money or valuable thing, or promised any public office or employment as a reward to secure my appointment or the confirmation thereof. So help me God. Congratulations.
BPOC 28, please turn and face your loved ones and peers. At this time, we would like for the individuals chosen to come up and pin the well-earned badges onto our newest sworn Travis County deputies. families, friends, and guests, I proudly present to you our newly licensed Texas Peace Officers and graduates of the Travis County Sheriff's Office BPOC 28. Cadet Avalos, please have them take their seats. As we bring today's ceremony to close, let us reflect on the significance of this moment, not just for the graduates, but also for the communities they will soon serve. To the members of BPOC 28, you are now a part of a proud tradition, entrusted with a responsibility greater than yourselves. Wear your badge with honor, serve with integrity, and lead with compassion. The journey ahead will not be easy, but it will always be meaningful and worth it. Congratulations, we are so proud of you. Now go make a difference. Everyone, please stand for the closing benediction by Chaplain Brown.
Let's pray again. Oops, there we go. God, we thank you for this amazing moment, this great moment of celebration. We ask for discernment and wisdom as these deputies give themselves to this new task. We commit today to having a positive influence on the people we serve under, and the office we represent. Take us from this place with a renewed sense of your presence with us and your power in us. And now may the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious to you. May the Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace in your going out and your coming in your lying down and your rising up, in your labor and in your leisure, in your laughter and in your tears. Amen.
Please take your seats. We would like to thank you all for attending this special day and helping us celebrate the accomplishment of these fine ladies and gentlemen. Once the graduates are dismissed, they will be stepping forward to take pictures. We ask that you stay back so our photographer can take their photos. Once they are finished, you may step forward to greet your loved ones. There are cupcakes and drinks in the lobby for you to enjoy. Melvin, dismiss your class one last time.
So you're gonna pull everyone up